So let's go ahead and start with objection one. Yeah, but they didn't call it pre-trib. No, they didn't. You're right, because the label didn't exist yet. The concept did. I want you to look for the word Trinity. Is it in the Bible? No. But the doctrine is. And here's what you need to know: theology evolves over time, terminology gets refined, but the essence of the teaching that there is a rescue before a wrath is all over these centuries, the 17th and 18th centuries. And again, in the other videos, I've proved it all throughout church history. So, what are we saying? The saints are gathered before destruction. They're taken to heaven for safety. They're judged before Christ returns to the earth at the Bema Seat judgment. You don't need a label when that pattern is that clear. And that's the point. So if you're struggling with this pre-trib terminology that I've mentioned so many times to get out of your head, this is what you need to think of. It's the concept. It's the rescue before wrath. Objection two would be that guys like this that I've mentioned in this video were obscure voices, and that's not even close to true. So let me give you just a little bit of history about some of these names. Nathaniel Holmes was a well-known Puritan preacher who wrote extensively on the resurrection and the rapture. Morgan Edwards co-founded Brown University and was one of the foremost Baptist historians of his day. Robert Matten and John Oxford were Oxford-educated theologians who published works widely read across England. Samuel Petto was one of the few theologians cited in the Westminster Confession debates. And then, as William Watson notes, many of these men were educated, they were published, and they were also respected in both religious and academic circles. So again, I've said it so many times, but these guys were not fringe fanatics that were just going off into left field, creating something. These were the thought leaders of their time, and they were writing, they were preaching, and they were printing about the rapture themes long before Darby ever came along. Objection number three. Well, if you can't get me with one of those, well, Lauren, then Darby systematized it all. Yep, he did. But here's the thing. Let's be real honest about that. Systematizing is not inventing. It's just not. Darby was brilliant, no doubt. He helped organize and articulate dispensationalism in a way that caught fire, especially in that whole post-Enlightenment England era and eventually in America. But here's what William Watson plainly states. Darby's system contained nothing new. Even early interpreters like Increase Mather, it's another name you can go look at, and others were working out how to knit together the many eschatological passages that would later become known as dispensationalism. And that's on page 339 of his book, Dispensationalism Before Darby.